All right, what's up, folks? We're here in Las Vegas. The World Championship is happening this weekend, and we're here at the testing house, the famous testing house, Team CFB and Friends. Let's go inside and check it out. All right, so we're just getting in. Folks are just arriving, obviously, to get the test space here. We're going to be holed up here for the next 4 or 5 days, trying to break standard, doing a lot of drafts, hanging out, having some food, having a good time, too, which is great. And my assistant Cassidy is here. He's going to be giving you a rundown of everything we're doing, kind of a fly in the wall perspective. I'm busy. I'll be testing or whatever. Hope you enjoy it, and hopefully we do a lot of Worlds. And thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe.
If you asked the average Magic player if they wanted to stay in the Team Channel Fireball testing house with legends of the game like Reed Duke, Kai Buddha, and John Finkel, they'd think they were dreaming. This video aims to replicate that dream. Now, most Magic players think they eat, sleep, and breathe this game, but these pros are on another level completely. Each of these players speaks Magic as a second language. They are not caught up on specific cards, archetypes, decks, or colors. Their focus is on what gives them the best chance of winning in any given set of circumstances. They're aware of their preferences and strengths, but not married to them. The first few days in the house are generally relaxed. There's a loose schedule, swapping back and forth between constructed and limited play. Players are taking ample breaks, shooting hoops, watching TV, just hanging out. Constructed games focus on determining a deck's position in the meta and best preparing against what will likely be seen at the World Championship. This is a very hard target to hit. While it's reasonably likely that a large portion of the field will be playing pre-existing meta decks, the exact configurations of those decks is totally up in the air, not to mention rogue brews out of left field. For example, Team CFB did not expect the Team or Prowess deck to be a significant portion of the field, as these players are doing their absolute best to prepare for a wide array of possibilities, so is every other competitor. Players are not afraid to challenge one another. Quite the opposite, much of the conversation around gameplay involves suggesting better lines of play. This is an incredibly valuable part of testing on a team rather than as an individual. When your brain is busy actually playing Magic, you don't have the bandwidth to see things that an outsider can. Having one of the best minds in the game simply watch your play and offer feedback is invaluable. Each of these players recognizes this and sets their ego aside for the betterment of the team. While Magic is ultimately an individual's endeavor, a more prepared team offers each player a better testing experience, better preparing all of them for the fierce competition they're up against. While disagreements are common, it's by no means a cutthroat environment. Quite the opposite. These are just normal dudes hanging out playing cards that happen to be some of the best in the world at it. The end result is a very healthy communication environment where each player is able to challenge and be challenged and no one holds back. Now, every tournament is different. This time around, teammates were happy to have their options narrowed down to 2 decks by the time they arrived at the testing house. Do they play Dimir Midrange, a very well-positioned deck equipped with black removal, blue counterspells, and the new Enduring Curiosity, or a spicy in-house brew of Golgari Ramp, utilizing the Beanstalk and Overlord of the Hauntwoods engine with Fountain Port to go over the top of the other fair decks. Players sat down on Tuesday afternoon for a constructed meeting, going over the win rates of various meta decks and the internal data collected on Dimir and Golgari. Even though this video is going up after Worlds, those statistics will not be shared. That is how seriously these pros take the testing process. They don't want to offer any advantage to their competitors for future tournaments. Teammates who were unable to be physically in-house still collected data and participate over Discord. After going over a metagame and important matchups to keep in mind, the players broke down their Golgari Ramp 75 as a group, making the case for minute yet important decisions like a 3rd Anoint with Affliction over a 4th Go for the Throat in the main. This is where that communication shines, as players diplomatically make their cases for preferred configurations, sometimes sticking to their guns and sometimes conceding to the majority's opinion. Even the best Magic players are human too. These individuals recognize the bounds of their humanity and take ample breaks to rest, process, and let their subconscious turn over the complicated puzzle that is Magic the Gathering. As the tournament weekend approaches, tensions begin to rise, with the looming deadline of deck submission on Wednesday at 12 p.m. hanging overhead. After the constructed meeting on Tuesday, each player is relatively locked on their deck of choice. The house awoke to a different conversation on Wednesday, though. You can thank Brent Voss for this this. The dude is bent on trying to find the next broken thing.
You needed an early blocker, something that could deal with these flyers so they can ninjutsu in their Kaito. So you can go for the Brute Spinner from the new set. It's an amazing card in limited, but constricted playable.
This attitude speaks to what it takes to be the best. Constant iteration and questioning of the norms, yet shelving your ego when it comes down to playing the best possible list. Ultimately, half the team settled on Golgari and half on Dimir. After deck submission on Wednesday, the house gave a collective exhale and moved on to limited. Every Pro Tour, they have a limited meeting going over every single card in the draft format and ranking picks. Sam Pardee ran this, going archetype by archetype. Again, dissent is the name of the game here, with players disagreeing left and right on how good this is and how bad that is. The meeting lasted a grueling 4 hours, but it's an integral part of the process and something that can't be replicated in individual testing. The culmination of different opinions and the challenging of preconceived notions that team testing provides is what this is all about. Even with the biggest tournament of the year on the line, life goes on. The 2-year-old menace that is Cassian Davis entered the equation on Wednesday afternoon, by far the most entertaining thing to happen in the house all week. Serious Magic play be damned. There is Mickey Mouse to be watched and Magic cards to put in my mouth. Nicole made her famous lasagna on Wednesday night, and it disappeared far too quickly for any photos to be taken. It lived up to the hype. These little life moments are the best part of life in the testing house. Magic has so much to offer us in terms of strategic thinking and self-improvement, but it's ultimately about the gathering. These individuals would not have been brought together without Magic, but at this point, their relationship extends beyond the game. They're just friends. A lot of them have known each other for years. This game has so much to teach us about life, from focusing on the controllables to working as a team in a pursuit that is fundamentally individual, yet meaningless without others.
All right, this is obviously kind of a new kind of content for me. I'd like to obviously hear your thoughts on this in the comments. Let me know what you thought. Was it cool seeing an inside look? What would you want to see more of, see less of? Let me know what you think, right? But I got a worlds to play, so see you later, folks.